We back. Listen, whenever I miss a day of uploading, when I get back in front of this camera and this microphone, I feel so great. And today we got a great video. Today we're doing the way too early NBA award prediction video. So today's video, I'm going to predict who's going to win the MVP, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Executive of the Year awards for the 2018-2019 season. I've done this in the past. I have an okay track record when it comes to like predicting the future and stuff like that, which you'll see in tomorrow's video as well. But I'm just going to give my opinions on who I think will win each award. But y'all know the season is very long. We have injuries here and there. Some questionable things happen. So again, these are my very, very early NBA predictions. I do another one of these videos in the midway mark. So around the All-Star break, I'll say who I think should deserve it and things like that. But before we get into the MVP, here's a word from our sponsor. Y'all thought it was going to be like SeatGeek or something, didn't y'all? I'm the sponsor of today's video because I got to plug something that's going on. You see this beautiful city, this beautiful lady right here with the torch? Yeah, I'm going there. I will be there September 16th through September 18th. Not only just me, but my co-host of the Through the Wire podcast will be there. Visiting Bleacher Report. Shout out to Bleacher Report, by the way. And they were like, yo, Kenny, do you want to do a live episode in front of some New York City fans? And we were like, yes, let's do it. So if you're in New York City or around New York City and you want to see us have a live episode of Through the Wire, and then there's a meet and greet before and after and things like that, just let me know in the comment section below if you'd be interested in something like that. We haven't really confirmed it. We're just trying to see how many people would come before we confirm it. So just let me know if you'd be willing to come, if you're in the area. I'm the sponsor, but let me change my background now. This is just to show y'all that we gonna be here. You got me. Shout out to the sponsor, the guy that did the whole ad thing. Amazing guy. All right, let's get into our first one, the MVP race. I think that the obvious answer for the entire NBA world is LeBron James. Like, they did a survey. I think LeBron has like 50% of the votes already, or like the prediction votes. I don't have LeBron winning. The reason I ain't got LeBron winning is because it's his first year in LA. Usually when you get like a superstar player going to a different team, they don't win MVP their first year. You think about LeBron going to Miami, his first year, Derrick Rose won MVP. His second year, LeBron got it. You know, it usually takes a year. And then Kevin Durant, even though he keeps putting up MVP type numbers, he's very rarely even in conversations since he's been in Golden State. So could LeBron win it? 100% sure. He definitely could. He's the greatest player in the world right now. But my personal prediction is that it's going to be Giannis. I think it's the year of the Greek Freak. In the beginning of last year, he came out the gate firing, guns blazing, whole torpedoes. The dude's averaging like 35 points per game. And even then, I was like, wow, this is going to be Giannis's year. And eventually, I was going to say he's cooled down, but he didn't. He still averaged like 28 points last year, which is ridiculous. His team cooled down a bit. You know, they had the head coaching change. Jason Kidd to work out. They bring in Joe Prunty. They bring him in, and then the team just continues to be mediocre. Now, I think this is a year that he can take that next jump, which is wild to think that Giannis can take a next jump, but the team in general can take a next jump because they have a legitimate coach. Not saying that Jason Kidd wasn't, because Jason Kidd was a very solid coach, but Mike Budenholzer, if you ask me, is miles ahead of what Jason Kidd was. He has been one of the best defending head coaches since he's been in the league. When he was a coach of the Atlanta Hawks in their heyday, that 60-win team, they were one of the top defenses in the league for like 3 years straight. Underrated as heck, Mike Budenholzer is, and he is a legitimate coach for Giannis. So I think that Giannis just needs that. I mean, he really hasn't had that in Milwaukee just yet. And since they have a better coach and they have Brook Lopez now, I think we won't see them as like a 7 seed this year. I think they're going to bounce up to maybe like a 4 seed range, which is usually where like the MVP road stays. You know, it's usually a 1st seed, 2nd seed, sometimes 3rd, sometimes 4th. I mean, Russell Westbrook, I think he was a 4th seed when he won his MVP. I think that if Giannis, like no joke, if Giannis puts up 1 more point a game, if he averages 29, 28 and a half, and his team wins 50, I think he's the MVP this year. But in these award races, I got my top 3. LeBron's not even in my top 3. Again, because I think that was the obvious pick. I'm going to give y'all more than just the obvious pick. Second on my list is Anthony Davis. Is that an obvious pick? Maybe. But I think that Anthony Davis, well, we know that Anthony Davis is a very, very, very good player. But I think he still can ride on that high of the first round of the playoffs. I know in the second round it didn't go too great for him and his team, but they were going against one of the best teams in NBA history. So I'm going to cut up some slack on that. But in that first playoff series against the Portland Trail Blazers, he showed the world that he is a superstar. I know we knew that for a very long time, but I think that the common folk that were watching that series like, wow, this guy with the unibrow, he's special. We knew that for a while, but he continues to put up MVP caliber numbers. It's just about team success at this point. And with the additions that they made, honestly, I think they could be solid. This is like my kind of punter kick because, again, they got to win games in order to win MVP. But yeah, but Anthony Davis is that dude. Third on my list is Joel Embiid. Again, no LeBron. LeBron could definitely win it. But again, I don't want to get y'all the obvious answer. Joel Embiid, team won 50 games last year. I don't think they did lose a little bit on their bench as far as the bench scorer, Marco Bellinelli and Ersan Ilyasova, but I think that we think about year 3, right? Year 3 tactically of Joel Embiid playing. He's going to have an amazing season if you ask me. Injuries have somewhat subsided over the last year or so, and I think this may be his first full year of staying healthy. I'm not saying he's going to play all 82 because it's very rarely that players do that. Star players do that. They get their rest here and there. But if he takes another step offensively, which is even weird to say because he averaged like 23 points per game, he could definitely find himself in MVP conversation since they're in the Eastern Conference and they may be a number 1, number 2, number 3 seed. JoJo is my third pick. Rookie of the year. Now, here's how Rookie of the Year works usually. It's A, the rookie that gets the most minutes, and then B, who capitalizes on those minutes. You got to think about some players that got drafted may not immediately start. So because of that, they may not win Rookie of the Year. Not saying that they won't have a good career, a long career, but like the Rookie of the Year goes to the guy that usually comes up, starts immediately, and does solid. So here's my pick for Rookie of the Year. Trae Young. Because there's not another point guard on that team that's going to take the ball from Trae Young. Yes, Jeremy Lin is on the roster, but I doubt that Coach Lloyd Pierce is going to be like, you know what? We're going to start the veteran over our young player. I think that he's all in on the rebuild, so he wants Trae Young to have that ball. And I think that Trae Young is one of those players that can come into his rookie season and average like 16, 17 points per game. Who else is going to shoot on that roster? He's going to be firing off shots. He's one of the best playmakers in this draft. I think that he is my pick for Rookie of the Year. And in second place, I got Kevin Knox. Similar situation. I don't know if he's going to start right off the bat, but since Kristaps is gone, I think that there's going to be a lot of shots on the board. And Kevin Knox in the Summer League, he showed me that he likes to shoot the ball. That's a good combination if you try to win Rookie of the Year. Again, I got to mention that I don't watch college basketball, so like everything that I say about these rookies is based off what I saw in Summer League, so keep that in mind. And the third on my list is Luka Doncic. A similar situation. All three of these guys will have enormous amount of time to get in the game and make impressions on people. And then I got a little bracket around DeAndre Ayton because he's a number 1 pick. He's going to be their starting center. But that's the boring pick, just like LeBron. Yeah, he was the number 1 rookie. Yeah, LeBron's the number 1 person in the world. That's lame. Let's go to next. 6th man of the year. Now, 6th man of the year is difficult because, again, we don't know the official starting lineup of every team. So I took 2 players this time instead of 3. First one is Kyle Kuzma. Now, Kyle Kuzma could start next year, but I'm predicting it's going to be Lonzo, KCP, or Josh Hart. I don't know who's going to start at the shooting guard. Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, and JaVale McGee. I think that's what their start lineup is going to be, but maybe they play Kyle Kuzma in the starting lineup. But if Kyle Kuzma comes off the bench, I'm pretty positive that he's going to be at least in 6th man of the year conversations. His rookie year, he surprised the world. He led the team in scoring. I can say that technically because he was tied with Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram. They all 3 of them averaged like 16.1. So he led them in scoring last year, and it's no joke that Kyle Kuzma likes to score the ball. And if he's on that second unit, he's playing with another nice point guard that's going to give him involved in Rajon Rondo on that second unit. I got no doubt in my mind that he will be in 6-man conversations. Again, I got the little brackets around like Lou Williams and Eric Gordon because they'll always be in 6-man conversation. But second on my list is Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder, the guy with the German with the patch in his head. Because he's going to be in prime opportunity. You're going to be on a winning team, playing solid minutes as the 6th man. I think it's perfect. The guy had a pretty solid season last year as a starter, and I think coming off the bench is going to help him as well. So he's my second pick for 6th man of the year. Again, no third pick. Most improved, Markelle Fultz. There's no place Markelle Fultz can go butt up from last year. With the injuries, the different rumors here and there, everything that happened Markelle Fultz's rookie year, I'm putting that behind him. And I know there are people out here that's watching this video that automatically rid off Markelle Fultz as a bust. And I think you wild. I think you wild. And I think that since there's no way for him to go but up, he's going to soar. He's going to soar. Do I think he's going to average 20 next year? Probably not. But look at what he averaged last year. He's definitely going to be better than that. And the second on my list, I got DeJounte Murray. I am a huge fan of DeJounte Murray's game. And that's saying something because those grinded out games like the Spurs teams, the Utah Jazz teams, when I was younger, I hated watching teams that were grinded out. But now older me likes the defense. DeJounte Murray definitely has the defense. And each year, I guess he's going into his third year, right? He's got better offensively. So, I think that he can legitimately be in conversations for most improved player. And the third on my list, I got Nerlens Noel. He will be coming off the bench, but last year he averaged like 4 points per game in Dallas. I'm sure he'll average more than that in OKC. So I just think it's a safer pick. He may be in conversations if he can get 25 minutes per game. Defensive player of the year, I got Rudy again. Rudy missed 21 games last year, and the world was still like, he's my defensive player of the year. That's how amazing he was on defense. When he was on the court, they were the best defending team in the USA. North America, because I guess Canada's up there too. In North America, they were the best defending team in the National Basketball Association. Rudy Gobert was on the court. And if you ask me, I don't think he's going to get any worse. You feel me? That's just something that's going to stay with him. So he's my pick for the 2P of the Defense Player of the Year. This is weird because like my top three are the top three from the finalists from last year. Next, I got Joel Embiid. Similar situation. He is a rim protector that can, actually a little bit better than Rudy Gobert, can go out on the perimeter and defend a little well. So I also have him. And then Anthony Davis is number 3. Coach of the Year. Can Brad Stevens just finally get the award? Like the last 2 years, I've had him as my Coach of the Year. Dwayne Casey beat him last year. I'm not mad at that. And then the year before that, was it Mike D'Antoni? I'm not mad at that either. But Brad Stevens has consistently, over the past couple years, coached a team to an amazing record, even when they probably shouldn't have been there. His coaching is magnificent. If you ask me, he's the second best coach in the league. I'm going to put him behind Pop. So he deserves it eventually. Just get it to him. If they win 55 games and he don't win Coach of the Year, I'm going to be upset. Second on my list, I got Brett Brown. Similar situation, a team that was good last year, may get a little bit better. And then lastly, it's a team that missed the playoffs, but I think it's going to be a playoff team this year, Mike Malone and the Denver Nuggets. That's just like I think that's a crazy pick because honestly, he could be fired by the end of the season. But if this works out and Paul Millsap can stay healthy and their defense can be top 15-ish, sure, Mike Malone can get some. So for Executive of the Year, I got either Sam Presti, Rob Pelinka, and Magic Johnson. Those two are together in LA. First with Sam Presti. Again, this offseason, he made some trades here and there to help his team get a lot better. Again, Nerlens Noel is going to help them a lot, and Dennis Schroeder will. So I think they should win more games this year than they did last year. And then with Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson, they signed the greatest player in the world. So they're going to probably make the playoffs this year. So that's that. And that's it. Those are all my award predictions. Again, it's way too early for this, but I'm super excited to bring y'all this video. In the comment section below, I want you to A, let me know if you're in New York and you want to come watch us live, and B, let me know your way too early award predictions. If you disagree with me, comment section is the perfect place. If you're at this point, there had to be something in the video that you enjoyed, so go and hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. This is Kenny, also known as King of the Fourth Quarter. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. New Through the Wire just dropped 2. I forgot to put that somewhere in the video. New Through the Wire, link in the description, but yeah.